Well, 23 days to Ghana's presidential and parliamentary elections. Hello and welcome to Join Us Prime. Coming up, minority in parliament demands full-scale probe and prosecution of company alleged to have repackaged 22,000 bags of expired rice and distributed same to senior schools across the country.
Immediately demanded that the IGP arrest the directors of Lamens Investment Africa Limited, and then we are demanding questions. Why? We are demanding answers to these questions.
We have details, plus get a reaction from the Education Ministry. Also coming up, with less than 30 days to the 2024 elections, civil society groups against corruption are demanding a pledge from all political parties to take corruption, which is negatively impacting the country.
I pledge today that I shall never ever be corrupt.
Meanwhile, some anti-corruption agencies, including the Office of the Special Prosecutor, say ineffective laws are some of the factors partly challenging the fight against corruption. Well, the minority in parliament is demanding a full-scale probe into allegations a company has repackaged 22,000 bags of expired rice and distributed them to senior high schools and some school feeding caterers across the country. According to Samuel Ablakwa, who has been publishing the information, the FDA investigated the company for illegal repackaging of the rice imported from India and imposed an administrative charge of 100,000 cedis, a charge the company has paid half of and allegedly refused to pay the rest. Mr. Ablakwa also claims this consignment of expired rice has already been consumed by students in senior high schools.
My investigation has revealed that the National Food Buffer Stock Company clearly conspired with a company known as Lamens Africa Investments Limited, and they used the buffer stock storage facility in Kumasi in the Ashanti region to repackage expired rice. They brought in rice from India. The brand is Moshosho rice, which expired in December 2023. That was the best before date. They then conspired with the buffer stock company to use their premises for rebagging. So they obtained different bags, this time with the inscription ECOWAS, made in Ghana rice, without an expiry date. And they transferred the expired rice into these bags. Fortunately, there was a tip-off to the Ashanti Regional Police Command and the FDA.
Right.
They moved in and sought to prevent the whole criminal conduct from continuing. So the police closed down the place. I have intercepted letters that the Ashanti Regional Police wrote to the FDA asking that the samples that they had retrieved from this criminal enterprise be tested. Will you believe that before the test results will arrive from Accra FDA on the 6th of February, instructions came from above that the expired contaminated rice should be distributed and sent to the schools. So as we speak, all the 22,000 bags of rice that the police sought to contain and confiscate have been sent to the schools. And I have the distribution list where schools, including my own alma mater, PRESEC, signed and received these rice.
Well, Samuel Ablakwa, who is a former Deputy Minister for Education and currently chairing Parliament's Assurance Committee, says the company and other players found to be culpable in the distribution of these alleged expired rice to the schools must be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
My investigation has revealed that the National Food Buffer Stock Company clearly conspired with a company known as Lamens Africa Investments Limited, and they used the buffer stock storage facility in Kumasi in the Ashanti region to repackage expired rice. They brought in rice from India. The brand is Moshosho rice, which expired in December 2023. That was the best before date. They then conspired with the buffer stock company to use their premises for rebagging. So they obtained different bags, this time with the inscription ECOWAS, made in Ghana rice, without an expiry date. And they transferred the expired rice into these bags. Fortunately, there was a tip-off to the Ashanti Regional Police Command and the FDA.
Right.
They moved in and sought to prevent the whole criminal conduct from continuing. So the police closed down the place. I have intercepted letters that the Ashanti Regional Police wrote to the FDA asking that the samples that they had retrieved from this criminal enterprise be tested. Will you believe that before the test results will arrive from Accra FDA on the 6th of February, instructions came from above that the expired contaminated rice should be distributed and sent to the schools. So as we speak, all the 22,000 bags of rice that the police sought to contain and confiscate have been sent to the schools. And I have the distribution list where schools, including my own alma mater, PRESEC, signed and received these rice.
Well, let us go on to the phone lines now and speak to Kwesi Kwarteng, who is joining us. He is spokesperson for the Education Ministry. Kwesi, I'm grateful to you for joining. Now, has these allegations come to the attention of the ministry, and what are you doing about it?
Thank you very much, and a very good evening to you and your viewers. Yes, the Ministry of Education's attention has been drawn to the said allegations from the Honorable Samuel Ablakwa. It is important that, first of all, we would like to express our appreciation to the Honorable Ablakwa for bringing this matter to our attention, because, I mean, this is a valuable feedback that, as a ministry, we will rely on to ensure that, indeed, we provide quality education in all spheres, being it feeding, being it access, being everything to Ghanaian students. At this point, let me hasten to add that the ministry also takes these allegations very seriously. And as a matter of urgency, has even commenced a full investigation into it.
Okay.
But it is important I add that the ministry does not have a mandate on its own to distribute or supply food to schools. And so we rely on agencies like the National Food and Buffer Stock Company, and of course GCX. And even upon hearing these allegations within the media space, we have reached out to these two agencies, largely even the Buffer Stock, to be able to provide us with responses and also assist us with investigations. But most importantly, we take this platform and opportunity to assure parents, students, guardians, and even the general public of the ministry's commitment to protecting the health and safety of our students. And Ghanaians should be rest assured that we will indeed get to the bottom of this matter. Of course, on the face value, this seems or looks entirely criminal conduct. And on that note, we also call on the Ghana Police Service, in particular the IGP, to also commence investigation into this.
Okay.
And the persons involved are found culpable. They should be made to face the full rigors of the law.
Okay.
But I'm excited that even in spite of these allegations that has been leveled, we have not had any official complaint of students being sick.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, we should be able to wait for the investigations to terminate. Then we also brief the public accordingly.
Kwesi, I'm grateful to you for joining us here with this feedback. That's Kwesi Kwarteng there. Now, away from that, the National Food Buffer Stock Company, which Samuel Ablakwa alleges allowed its warehouse to be used in repackaging this rice, has said it will not comment for now and will put out a statement in due course. The Food and Drugs Authority, which conducted initial investigations into the matter and even imposed a fine on the company, has also declined comment as of now. We have also not been able to reach Lamens Africa Investment Limited, which has been mentioned in this particular controversy. When we do, we'll get you all of that. Now, away from that, the Ghana Standards Authority has urged consumers to be vigilant when buying food products, advising them to carefully check labels for essentially safety and quality information. According to the GSA, consumers have a right to know the content of the product they consume and should avoid items without no clear details or without clear details on nutritional fortification. Nana Pokua Asare, Trefo, Head of Foods, Chemicals and Material Standards at the GSA, made this statement at a stakeholder engagement workshop on fortified food standards in Accra.
The consumer is supposed to do is that when you are buying the product, look at the information on the product. The information there is supposed to give you guidance and it's supposed to educate you. You have a right to know what you are consuming. If you are buying any product and there's no information on it, do not buy. The information on the product would indicate that this product has been fortified.
Okay, she added that as part of efforts to reduce micronutrient deficiencies, the Ghana Standards Authority is reviewing standards for fortified products to improve food quality.
These documents were done some years ago, and as we mentioned earlier, they are due for review. We do that every 5 years. We do that based on new findings, based on technology, change in equipment, change in data, and so on and so forth. So after these number of years, we have planned to review these documents. So this is the main reason why we are working on these documents.
The Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition is demanding more political commitment in the fight against corruption. Under the broad campaign called Pledge Against Corruption, the consortium of CSOs working to fight corruption say they would practically monitor party manifestos to deal with issues of corruption. Listen to Executive Director for the Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition, Mary Ada, and Franklin Kujo, who is the founding president of Imani Africa, lay out the concerns of the anti-corruption CSOs at the forum this afternoon.
We see that it's a big challenge. Citizens who are daring to report corruption have an issue because at the end of the day, they don't have enough evidence to support. So we need the law that supports this. So that if I say, for instance, beauty is corrupt, beauty, the public officer has done something that needs to be investigated, we should not wait for her to give us all the evidence to support.
We analyzed over 1,000 procurements contracts that we've seen so far. Only 5% could pass muster per the laws that we have put together. If in the very year we're going to the IMF, for the year we got to go to the IMF, there was a time when 85% of all procurement issues did not go through the Give Me system, the system we ourselves have created. There's nothing really happening. The only real people fighting corruption, grand corruption, are civil society actors and investigative journalists.
Now, today's forum is beginning to yield results as some of the political parties going into the elections have pledged to fight corruption if given the opportunity. However, the party representatives at the Pledge Against Corruption Forum today also pointed out to some unique constraints inhibiting their fight against corruption.
I pledge today on my hand that I shall never ever be corrupt in my lifetime as president, as father, as young man, and as any person in Ghana. And I want to pledge to you, all of you.
Politics is not a profession. Politics is for service. If you know you can't serve your people, don't get into politics.
We have made our commitments in our manifesto. We shall continue to leverage digitalization to increase transparency. Don't underestimate the taking away of the human face in doing government business or in doing business generally.
If you vote us into power, we'll make sure that corruption becomes an issue of the past.
Meanwhile, the Office of the Special Prosecutor is citing ineffective laws as a reason for which anti-corruption agencies are unable to deal with corrupt practices. Samuel Appiah-Darko is the Director of the Strategy, Research and Communication Division.
Ghana is a country that we have so many laws, but we don't have efficient laws. For me, from the Office of the Special Prosecutor and as a lawyer, I'm happy we have not passed the Conduct of Public Officers Bill, although I'm in the anti-corruption business, because as it stands now, if we pass it, it will become another white elephant. So the law as it stands now is piecemeal. Even when you talk about gifts, there is no ceiling. But we know in the UK and other places, an MP cannot take, say, a gift beyond £300. In Ghana's Conduct of Public Officers Bill, there is no ceiling. One of the problems why I think, please don't crucify me on this, the perception of corruption is also extremely high in Ghana is that we call every offense corruption.
And from tears of sorrow to tears of joy. That's the reaction of a mother whose daughter has been battling end-stage kidney failure from the age of 13. Today, she is overwhelmed with gratitude after CEO of Engineers and Planners and Jata Cement, Ibrahim Mahama, stepped in to fully cover the $25,000 needed for her daughter's kidney transplant.
So will I be on dialysis for the rest of my life? Or will I get someone to help me out of this? Or that will be the end of my life?
Rosemary Buedu shared her fears, wondering if she too would face the fate of others on dialysis.
And I hear that someone on dialysis have died. I ask myself, so will I also die?
Her plea resonated. Today, there's a brighter outlook. Her tears are now for joy, thanks to your support and the generosity of engineer Ibrahim Mahama.
Sanda Ibrahim said there were my promotion so I mean that journey say baby say between everyone but my baby that me ba no so no
Grace is no longer burdened by the weight of financial troubles.
Na me that mean that me to me journey me so me bomb by crowd na me so no so na so that's me ado me tie mo pai nyam don nyankopan tie pai bo.
This story is more than just one of financial relief. It is a demonstration of compassion. For Rosemary and her family, it is a renewed hope and a second chance at life. Emmanuel Juvenu's report for Joy News.
And thanks to Mr. Ibrahim Mahama for that gesture. Now we'll take a break. Let's do election headquarters, which is brought to you by Potential Real Estate, your trusted partner in real estate, Petrosol Platinum Energy, energizing dreams, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, and the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants, also by the German Zone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental Wellness and Beauty, Chopbox Technologies, a convenient service, and Youth Bridge Foundation, bridging the gap for positive youth development. Now, the Electoral Commission has begun the 6-day process of transferring parliamentary ballot papers from printing facilities across the country to designated holding centers. The operation kicked off in Accra on Thursday, November 14, with the movement of ballots from the North Industrial Area to the Greater Accra Regional Police Command. My colleague Michael Ashley monitored the processes in the Greater Accra region and has come through with this report.
The Electoral Commission has begun the transfer of ballots from the various printing houses to the respective police headquarters of every region. Here in the Greater Accra region, the political parties are supervising the process. The process starts with first breaking the seal. They will then inspect the contents of the bags, looking at every serial number that is on every paper. Again, when they are satisfied, they will reseal this.
My name is Leslie Nicole Nim. the secretary to the Greater Accra Regional Elections Directorate.
From your end, the NDC, what really are you looking out for?
We want to monitor the election from cradle to grave. We want to make sure that every part of the election process is monitored and it's in compliance with the provisions of the law.
So far, so good?
So far, so good, at least. We have our eyes fixed on the ball.
I'm Emmanuel Clote. I represent the New Patriotic Party. So first of all, it's not chaotic. Or better still, maybe let me rather say an organized chaos.
What do you make of the process so far? Satisfied?
Oh yeah, it's okay. It's okay, everybody's on ground. You realize that for every constituency, there are representatives from the constituencies from both parties and also the Electoral Commission to check and be sure that the content of the bag is indeed what their agents have recorded and passed on to them.
Here at the Ghana Police Service headquarters in the Greater Accra region, only 3 seals will end up on the bags that have been checked and verified and agreed by all the political parties. The seals come from the Electoral Commission, another one from the NPP, and then the NDC. Only 3 seals. In the other regions, the EC says, according to their schedule, on Friday, 15th November 2024, the same exercise will happen in Central Region, Western Region, Savannah, and Upper West, exactly at 12 noon. On the 6th of December, these boxes will be retrieved and again checked. For Joy News, Michael Ashale.
Produced by Carlos Caloni.
Oh, so, Mr. Caloni is up next. We are so grateful, please.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.